Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernardo from the BTNHD, and yes, I'm finally doing the hands-on review with Lenovo's ThinkPad 13 second generation, which was released this year at CES, and I'm super excited. So let's get down to the hands-on review. Now, the ThinkPad 13 Generation 2 is a very affordable laptop. It's great for students and professionals. I definitely see myself purchasing this guy for our consultants at my job site because it's extremely light. It starts between, I would say, 3 pounds, around 3.17 pounds, which is really light for me. But it's affordable, meaning the starting price for this guy is $699, depending on how you spec it out. If you get a better processor, more memory, and you get the max capacity of the storage, it's going to cost a little bit more, but you're definitely not going to spend over $1,000. So the ThinkPad 13 second generation is built and ready for business. It has multiple input and output ports all the way around. On your right hand side, you have your legacy AC in ports. Right next to it, you have an LED indicator for the power. You have your One Link Plus port, which is for those individuals that like to dock their laptops. And you have one 3.0 USB port, which is an on-to-go charging. On the other side, you have more ports. You definitely have that Type-C port right here, which apparently on the second generation, the Type-C has an anti-fry protection thing, which I'm going to go over a little bit later. You also have an HDMI, and you have two additional 3.0 USB ports. And then you also have your combo jack, which allows you to hook up your mic and your headphone. And last but not least, you have a 4-in-1 SD card reader. All right, so the ThinkPad 13 second generation has all the multiple input and output ports that you need, right? Get you up and running in no time. But what makes this guy so special is actually under the hood. This particular model that we're looking at right now is running an Intel i3 7th generation processor, which is the 7100U series. It only has an Intel 620HD, so you're not really going to get that high quality graphics. Memory for this model only has 4 gigs, but you can max it out for 32 gigs, which is huge. Solid state drive, it does come with an M.2. This particular model right now is 128 gigs, but you can max it out to 512 M.2 solid state drive, which is awesome. It does come with a beautiful 13.3 IPS display. Resolution is 1920 by 1080, giving you full HD. Primary operating system is Windows 10. Again, you can't really get away from Windows 10 because it's everywhere. And one of the things I love about ThinkPad is their security, their BIOS system. It is equipped with the latest TPM, which is version 2.0. So let's take a closer look of the ThinkPad 13 second generation laptop. Now, one of the things that you're going to constantly touch all the time and use is the keyboard. Now, the ThinkPad series always had a great keyboard layout. All the keys are all spaced out, very responsive. I didn't have any issues at all. If I had my fingers on the primary keys, I'm able to just move slightly and use the touchpad with no problem. So the distance between your primary keys and the touchpad is dead on. Plus, you have your right click and left click right here, which is also a plus with the ThinkPad. And with all the ThinkPads, you also have this nice little joystick right here, which allows you to move the mouse. If you can't reach the touchpad, you can always just use this little guy right here. I didn't have any problems with the keyboard at all. I'm a little disappointed that it's not backlit, but it is an optional feature that you could customize when you're purchasing it. I would definitely love to have the backlit option by default. You know, they should have it on all the ThinkPad 13 second generations, not an option. Another thing that's optional is a fingerprint scanner, which is normally located on your right-hand side. This model doesn't have it. Again, I think that feature should be installed on all the ThinkPad 13 second generations. Backlit and definitely the fingerprint scanner. So the second thing that you're going to be touching a lot on the ThinkPad 13 second generation laptop is the touchpad. Now, on the ThinkPad series, the touchpad never had issues. In my experience, the touchpad is always responsive, never had issues. If I click something, it clicks it, no problem. Now, with Windows 10 being the latest operating system, it looks like Lenovo got smart and they're not using any third-party applications or third-party drivers to control or keep the touchpad updated. That means Windows 10 is the one that's going to be providing all the updates. And that also means that if Windows 10 comes out with any awesome gestures with the touchpad, the ThinkPad 13 second generation is automatically going to get it. That's awesome. So if your Windows 10 updates gets any new features, your touchpad will receive it with no issue. The ThinkPad 13 second generation display size is great for students and professionals. It's 13.3 Full HD IPS display, which is pretty good. Lenovo actually gives you an option to have non-touch or touch. This one right here is touch. I don't really see myself using the touch a lot because it's not foldable. So there's no really, I don't see myself using the touch at all if I can't fold it to like a tablet. The brightness level on the ThinkPad 13 second generation, this is the highest right now. The lowest is all this right here. And that's not that bad. I can still see the icons and the Windows logo. But the brightness is this. So that's the highest. I really believe that the 13.3 could have been a little larger. There's a lot of bezel around the display. They could have made this a little bit smaller because right here you got the 720p webcam with the two mics. If they'd have made this bezel a little smaller and made this a little smaller down, you'd probably got more real estate for the display. But again, 13.3 is not that bad for students and professionals that need to do workload with Excel, Word documents, or PowerPoints. Overall, the ThinkPad 13 second generation is a great laptop for those individuals that are going to college, students, and for those professionals that travel a lot and need a laptop to work. Great. It's affordable. Starting price is $699. With the power, with the latest i7 processor, solid state drivers, the M.2, memory, everything is there. One of the cool things that I love about this, actually two cool things that I love about this, is the latest technology on their Type-C USB port. Their Type-C has this anti-fry protection thing, which allows you to purchase third-party charging adapters to charge this particular guy in case you lose your power adapter. Now, don't get me wrong, the ThinkPad 13 second generation does come with its legacy AC-in adapter, but the Type-C, you can actually use it as a charging port. You don't really need to purchase a ThinkPad charger. You could purchase a third-party one and put it in. But the best thing about the anti-fry protection, it would adjust the currency so it won't overload or fry your laptop, which is a huge plus. The second thing I love about this laptop is this operating system. Yes, it's Windows 10, but it comes with a special Windows 10, and that's Microsoft Signature Edition. You're basically saying to yourself, what the hell is that? Well, it's basically an operating system with no bloatware, and that's phenomenal. First time actually having a laptop in the lab, and McAfee wasn't popping up constantly telling me to fill out a form for a 30-day or 60-day trial period. So I was really excited to see that. Now for battery, I'm a little concerned about it because I did run PC Mark 8 as a battery test, and it only produced around 4.5 hours. The test stopped around 17%. I think if the test could have ran a little bit more, I could have probably got maybe 5 hours, 5.5 hours. But the battery for me was a little low for a ThinkPad. Now, if you're an individual like me that like to use your laptops on the lap while you're chilling and watching TV, I don't recommend having this ThinkPad 13 second generation in your lap because if you're using it really heavy, depending on what you're using, if you're like rendering stuff, editing things, or playing video games like I did, you will see a lot of heating issue around the keyboard and as well as underneath. Makes kind of sense that you're going to have heating issues underneath because of the ventilation slots underneath it. I think one thing that Lenovo should have automatically with the ThinkPad 13 second generation is one, the fingerprint scanner. That should be automatically installed on all the laptops. Should not be a feature or an optional feature for you to select. And the keyboard backlit. I think those two features should be automatically placed on all the ThinkPad second generations. Overall, it's a great laptop, affordable laptop for those individuals that are going to college, student, or professional. It's there. It works for the work environment. Hopefully you guys enjoy this hands-on review on Lenovo's ThinkPad 13 second generation. And if you have any comments or concerns, leave them at the bottom, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.